Hey everybody, so I just wanted to come in here real quickly. I know there's a lot going on, but I want to bring y'all attention to something I need you to not forget about, okay? So I know we got the fires in California going on. There was some fires in New York going on too, and folks in North Carolina is still fucked up over the flood, and it's cold as hell, and they ain't got no heat. So anyway, aside from that, you know that Trump in a couple of days is going to be being sworn in as the next president. Now, you know he done brought his gangster and been about quite a few things, okay? And one of those things he said was he was going to put some tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
Here's the news. On January 20th, of one of my many first executive orders, I will sign all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States and its ridiculous open borders. This tariff will remain in effect until such time as drugs, in particular fentanyl, and all illegal aliens stop this invasion of our country. Both Mexico and Canada have the absolute right and power to easily solve this long simmering problem. We hereby demand that they use this power, and until such time that they do, it is time for them to pay a very big price.
Well, Canada said that they're not playing with him, right? So Canada, if you do not know, supplies quite a few places here in the United States with your energy, right? Your electricity. And so they said that if he keep playing his game, then they're going to cut everybody that they give power to. They're cutting that shit off, okay? So first and foremost, Trump has been talking about that he's saying that Canada needs to become a part of the United States. And so you got the prime minister telling him, boy, miss me with that bullshit. He done got real about it. I'm gonna play the clip for you, right? And he done said that is never gonna happen. We keeping our autonomy aside from y'all and don't come here with that mess, right?
But no right. But why are we supporting a country, 200 billion plus a year? Our military is at their disposal. All of these other things, they should be a state. That's why I told Trudeau when he came down, I said, what would happen if we didn't do it? He said Canada would dissolve. Canada wouldn't be able to function if we didn't take their 20% of our car market. You know, they send us hundreds of thousands of cars. They make a lot of money with that. They send us a lot of other things that we don't need. We don't need their cars, and we don't need the other products. We don't need their milk. We got a lot of milk. We got a lot of everything, and we don't need any of it. So I said to him, well, why are we doing it? He said, I don't really know. He was unable to answer the question, but I can answer it. We're doing it because of habit, and we're doing it because we like our neighbors, and we've been good neighbors, but we can't do it forever, and it's a tremendous amount of money. And why should we have a $200 billion deficit and add on to that many, many other things that we give them in terms of subsidy? And I said, that's okay to have if you're a state. But if you're another country, we don't want to have it.
When it comes to Canada being looked at as the 51st state, let me just state it again, that's never going to happen. Everything the American consumers buy from Canada is suddenly going to get a lot more expensive if he moves forward on these tariffs. And that's something that I think we need to be focusing on a little bit more.
And then, you know, he said he's going to put a tariff of 25% on Canada. And that is because he says they need to get control of their borders, because I know that we focus a lot on Mexico with everybody coming through the border when it comes to immigrants. But we have people who come through Canada and come into our country as immigrants a lot too, okay? And so since they ain't got no handle, you know, he threatened Mexico with them tariffs. He is threatening Canada with them tariffs too. And Doug Ford done came out and said, you know, look, don't play with me, okay? He said, I don't want to have to cut your power off, but I will cut your power off. If you wanna fight, then let's fight. He like, you know, you be trying to get gangster with everybody, Trump, but you're not finna punk us because we not scared of you.
Let's make no mistake about it. As I mentioned to the Prime Minister, the rest of the premiers, we need to be ready. We need to be ready to fight. This fight is coming 100% on January the 20th or January 21st. We don't know what extent this fight's going to go to, but we need to line up everything that we're going to tariff. We will go to the full extent, depending how far this goes. We will go to the extent of cutting off their energy, going down to Michigan, going down to New York State and over to Wisconsin. I don't want this to happen, but my number one job is to protect Ontario Ontarians and Canadians as a whole, since we're the largest province. If he comes out and he mentions that he's going to tariff everything, that's a big problem. It's a big problem for Canadians. It's going to be a big problem for Americans as well. But we will use every tool in our toolbox to fight back. We can't sit back and roll over. We just won't as a country.
It sounds like you're pretty confident these tariffs are coming. You don't think this is frustrating?
No, he's 100% these tariffs are coming.
Okay, so what does this mean for you if you're not Doug Ford, if you're not Canada, and you're not Trump? Well, I'm going to tell you what it means for you. If you live in Washington, Oregon, California, like y'all ain't already going through enough, Montana, Minnesota, North Dakota, Vermont, New York, or Maine, you're going to be without some power. So I'm just throwing this out there, y'all, because hopefully, they work something out. But Trump seems pretty bullhead about the stuff that he say. Like, it is what it is. Test me if you want to. They already brought up to him that they'll cut the power off, and he said, well, whatever, do what you got to do.
Trump responded to Ford's threat today, saying this.
Well, that's okay if he does that. That's fine. But the United States is subsidizing Canada. It's truly a subsidy, and we shouldn't have to do that.
And other provinces seem unwilling to withhold their energy from U.S. markets.
From the Alberta perspective, under no circumstances will Alberta agree to cut off oil and gas exports.
By the way, I won't threat Donald not to send electricity.
The disagreement between provinces goes even deeper. Last night, Premier Ford said he is convinced Canada will not escape U.S. tariffs. However, François Legault cited his meeting with Trump last week in Paris.
And he told me very clearly that we can avoid those tariffs if we do what needs to be done with the borders.
So we don't know if we get to the last minute, like we playing chicken, if he gonna back down or if they gonna back down. But if don't nobody back down, what's gonna happen is that the American people are gonna be caught in the middle of the bullshit. And if you live in any of them states that I just said, you ain't gonna have no power. So I just wanted to throw that out there and give y'all something to think about and to remember with everything else going on. Because I know that California is horrible, but there's still a whole lot going on aside from what's happening in California. So stay awake, stay aware, and stay motherfucking prepared. I hope y'all got some generators and shit. Y'all better go get y'all some Amish friends and figure out how to live without no electricity. Because that's what they do all the time. So find you an Amish friend. Go online. It's probably like a website or something. They don't even got internet. I take it back. You're going to have to go find those Amish people, get in your car and drive to their land and see if they could train you real quick on how to survive this shit. Because, yeah, y'all might not have no power.